Hi guys. Most of you know I bought a Sunreef 74 in January last year. Had a couple issues right away, so I didn't get to play on it. And then in June, up here in Hilton Head, South Carolina, she got hit by lightning. It wasn't a direct hit, it was a proximity strike. It fried a few things. It fried the Navalec, which is the brain of the boat. It fried all the Raymarine instrumentation, and it fried a few like just shore power relays. One of the Victron battery chargers isn't working correctly. The table up on the fly bridge isn't working correctly. Just a few things like that. And so, as you can probably see now, everything is torn apart. The guys have a lot of gear down here, and they're about a week into a refit. So the story is Navalec did all the main brain of the boat instrumentation for 10 years on Sunreefs. Excuse me. And so they did a system that ran water pumps, blinds, lights, plugins, this TV that comes down here, everything. And it all ran off of one screen with no manual backups right here on the nav station. That's where the whole thing ran. The lightning fried it. Navalec went out of business in 2020. You cannot get spare parts for Navalec at all now. You can't get any support. The support I was able to get was pretty minimal. I found a guy, the previous captain knew a guy, Jean-Francois, and he used to work for Navalec. He works for someone else now. He would remote in and do some basic diagnostics with him, help him out. And then as far as spare parts go, another Sunreef 74 ran aground, I think somewhere in Malaysia, and they managed to get in and tear some of the Navalec out of it before it was totally gone to get spare parts. But those are the kind of stories I've come across for Navalec. So early on when this was a problem, I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And I literally Googled Navalec replacement. And here we are. It's a company called Yacht Concept. They literally bought Navalec's domain name. They bought their IP, their intellectual property. They bought everything. They specialize in going into boats and tearing out all the Navalec and replacing it with their system. They also do new installs on all the new Sunreefs of their Yacht Concept system as well. And it's a bit of an upgrade. The 2015 system of Navalec was pretty great, top of the line for its time, but modern technology has changed everything. There are manual overrides to everything. That was my biggest priority. If something's not working on the brain, I want to still be able to go down and flip a switch to turn the water pump on. Flip a switch to turn something. Needs to happen, has to happen. So that it has all that. It has a whole bunch of, let's see if I can find one of the modules. Navalec's modules looks quite a bit different, but the onboard concept from Yacht Concept, the modules are all pretty straightforward. But there's about 50 of these on the boat, and they're still going. They're not done yet. They all run everything. It all ties into essentially a network. It's all network cable as well. So when we have this main screen here that you can't really see details of, I can show screenshots and stuff later, but it really gives you the option of every sort of option on the boat. Water levels, water pumps, all of that. This is still in, I would call it pre-alpha right now because we're just kind of getting things functioning as we go. It's one thing at a time kind of stuff. But you could also tie it in with any phone or tablet that has web access because it's a web interface as long as you're connected to the Wi-Fi. Once it's all said and done, I will have web access from my phone anywhere that I have internet by VPN, stuff like that. So, but overall, the system is absolutely incredible. Like the guys set things up. Once I was able to play in the system, and I'm a bit more techie than most, so to be fair, take some of this with a grain of salt, but I was literally able to calibrate the water tank level sensors myself, up, down, all the way through, fill it, set it, get it all done. It's all in the interface. It's all really easy. I'm gonna be able to do the same thing with the black water tanks, same thing with the fuel tanks. It is awesome stuff. I am pretty excited to have this system. We have quite a few challenges left to go. Probably, I don't know, at least 1 or 2 weeks left to work here to get this all done. But to give you an idea, like, so the Starlink is up here. The main router that it all ties into is here. And then all this wiring is obviously a big mess, but that's the way it goes. Those are 4 or 5 modules there, 6 modules that are all the main connection point for everything. And you can see it all just goes everywhere. So one of the other options and problems is all the plugins have to be changed. They're all part of the Navalex system, so every 110 plug-in. The problem is they bought the same brand, they were still running the same brand of plug-in, but the designer, the manufacturer of the plug-in, the dimensions are just slightly different. So a carpenter's in here literally cutting out a 1/16 of an inch in every single one to fit new plugins in. It's just every single plugin on the boat. There's something like 75 plugins. And then the other real problem is all the light switches. So all the light switches, the new switches look great. The new switches look like that with the 2 buttons there. The old switches were all wireless. The old switches were just these tiny little panels that look like this, and they were all ran off a watch battery, and they all just stuck on the wall. Whereas the new switches, because they are required to have some sort of manual override, cannot have that. So they're all hardwired. So the carpenter also has to go through and cut for every single switch on the boat. And again, there's, I think 65 of those, 60 of those. And after that, they have to run wire all the way through the boat. So like one challenge is these light switches down here, they're for running these lights up here. They have to run this cable behind the cabinetry, up through the mast post, into the ceiling. And that's a simple one. I mean, that one's easy. That same switch over there does the same thing. This same switch does more stuff. I mean, everything. The whole galley is all torn apart. I mean, it's all over the place. It's really all over the place. But like I said, this system is great, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. All right, yeah, for up here, the fly bridge, a lot of work to be done here. Some of it insurance, some of it not. As far as the insurance part goes, they have replaced all of the Raymarine. They're working on the radio still, VHF anyway. Chart plotters all replaced. Bow thrusters still work. Yanmar engines all still work. We didn't have any damage to those. The FLIR, I believe, still works. The Maritron fuel consumption does not. So we have our work cut out there. But a lot to do. Most of it's done. They just need to configure a lot of stuff. As far as this table here, I don't have any cushions out right now because the weather is still inconsistent and I need to basically give the boat a complete scrub down as well. But this table here is supposed to drop down to make this a large bed, and the table is not working. I think the lightning also cooked that. Eventually here I will also get the bimini up, which is a full enclosure all the way around this. The work I am doing, I do not ever recommend buying these kind of clutches. They're Carvers. They're 10 years old now. I hate them. They suck. So these are all coming out. They don't work. They're sticking. You can't rebuild them. I gutted this one out the other day and it is just a nightmare. So they're all coming out. I'm putting spin locks in. I've got 8 total to do, 4 on that side, 5 on this side, 9 total, sorry. And but as far as the running rigging goes, I've got North Sails guys doing new halyards. There's Code Zero halyard, Spinnaker halyard, Staysail halyard, main halyard, and main sheet. That's all going to be 14 mil Dyneema. The rest of it is all 12, 10, and 8 mil. I'm going to be able to do it myself. I've already pulled the main sheet out, measuring that. But a lot of this line, I don't know that it's original to the boat, but it's been sitting long enough that the sun is cooking the sheathing. So on our way up here from Fort Lauderdale here this spring, we had the main out and the sheathing on the main sheet literally parted in the clutch. So we lost complete function of the mainsail and had to jury rig the boom preventer line to get us through it. Did not go well. So they all need to be replaced. They're all cooked. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Honestly, that's the kind of project I enjoy. This is the Genoa lines. I hate these lines. They're stiff. I mean, these things, you could almost use this for rod rigging. It feels so stiff. I know I'm being sarcastic, but you know, I still hate it. Genoa halyard or Genoa winch is a beast. Love these things. I'm gonna go through those and lube them up here probably this week. But yeah, that dome's coming off. That's DirecTV dish. It's actually a really nice dish that automatically keeps itself level and pointed while you're underway, so you can watch satellite consistently at sea. But I've got the Starlink dish. I'm not subscribing to DirecTV. I don't need it, so that's got to come off. I'll probably get that done in Florida. But kayak, paddleboard, and windsurfing board are all up here, ready to play with whenever we get a chance. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then I have to get those berries off of the tramps, because the boat used to be Wildberry, it is now Huckleberry, and those are not Huckleberries, so they have got to go. I'm not a big fan of those. All right, and here we have the tender. It's finally back up and running. I had to put a new lower on the outboard, which is a 150 horse Yamaha. This is a ribeye tender. The thing is incredible. It's 20 feet long, 2,000 pounds, center console. It is a full, oops, it's got a chart plotter, it's got depth, everything, wakeboard rack on the back. It's pretty great. It's a really big tender. So these davits, I just got them firm up because I'm going to try and take the tender out again here soon. These davits come out, they were custom built. This is the biggest tender Sunreef has ever put on one of their yachts. They had to rebuild these davits 6 times to get them right, get them strong enough. The owner wanted to be able to put 4 people and all of their dive gear in the boat and have the davits lift up the tender with them in it and not having to get out. We wanted to be able to step off the boat right here onto the dive rack without ever having to worry about trying to step out on the water. And it works. It's pretty effective. Here, I can't get to all the latches, but there's 8 dive bottles in here with a dive compressor, coupled with this rack up here. Makes for a pretty good setup. So, looking forward to playing with that. But yeah, just a lot of work to do. Here's all the cushions for the fly bridge. This will all go up here at some point once I get everything scrubbed down and clean. But yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's just a matter of doing the work to get it ready. I've got new sails, working with a couple of companies trying to find the best options and the quotes. I'm not a big fan of laminate sails, and well, I am a big fan for racing, but I'm not a big fan for boat and durability. I want a sail that I can repair if I have to, which means woven. But apparently a woven sail on this thing is asking a lot, so we're working through a lot of that with the engineers at different companies as well. I am talking to North Sails as well, but just trying to make sure I have all my options, because North Sails is a bit pricey. So yeah, overall, she's a great boat. Looking forward to getting to play. Just got a lot of work and cleanup to do, and then we'll get to go out.